Hey guys, Steve Miller here with Oregon School of Gunfighting, and I've been working on a project for a couple of decades now on a rucksack design, and I wanted to get a video out to start talking about it. I found a really amazing guy down in Southern California, San Diego area, Wilde Custom Gear, and his name is John. Has a great business, great website. It's if you can see it on the video here, wildcustomgear.com. Great guy to work with. He's a go-to action guy, gets stuff done. Doesn't sit around and talk about it. Rolls up his sleeve and does it. So just a quick background on this. Really quick, I'm going to try to do this in the 3-minute window here. To help get the word out about the idea and his company, and to promote it, and to promote the backpack design, because I like to see it go somewhere. If you have any background or experience or desire or interest in backpacking, whether you did it for a living in the military, whether you do it for sport and recreation out here in the Pacific Northwest, where a lot of folks do that as a hobby, finding backpacks that work well, that don't cause you to schedule an appointment with your chiropractor when you get home from your last outing is challenging. And everyone has struggled with that question of how much gear for how long can you carry. My experience as a radio operator in the military, started there and then worked through it as a training consultant with first responders, both in fire and rescue and law enforcement. Being able to move equipment and people through confined spaces and dangerous environments and unstable environments is very challenging. So finding a backpack that does that well went from a hobby to a passion. And I finally have come to that place in the journey where I think I've got something here. So I want to show you how this works and what it looks like, and what the concepts are. So if you're familiar with an old Army AWOL bag, that's kind of where it starts. And what you have here is what it amounts to an Army AWOL bag with a padded foam cell back with your traditional backpack straps, and it doesn't have a shoulder compression strap yet. I'm going to modify one later to be able to put chest mounted comms and illumination and various other GPS tracking equipment on these straps. And then your traditional waist belt and the kinds of things that you would see on how you attach a human to a backpack. And then this is kind of what makes this backpack different and what I like about it. And so I'm going to kind of reveal that part of it here with the compression straps. These are two that go over the entire ruck that compress it down. And then you have compartmental straps. So there's not a compartmental strap over the main compartment, but then we have two on the outside here, and hopefully I'm showing those fairly well in the video, and my hands aren't getting in the way. I don't do movies for a living, so bear with me. What I have in here is just random outdoor camping gear that anybody in the military will know and recognize. If you don't know what those things are, you weren't in the military. And if you think you're an outdoor enthusiast and you like to camp and hunt and fish and hike, if you don't know what these are, figure it out quick, because you need one. This is just random stuff that I put in here for backpacking and hiking. I use the mini Alice rucks. This is your Mountain House and Great Oregon product, Mountain House freeze-dried foods, water, camp stove. And there's my camp stove and some other stuff in here. And then this is the rest of what I did here. Is I modified 4 whoobies and 4 poncho liners. These are the new high-tech evolved poncho liners, not like the ones from the Vietnam era. These are poncho liners that have all kinds of added on straps that you can modify it into. You make a tent out of it and all kinds of cool stuff, ground covering, etc. So those 4 ponchos and poncho liners will make a really nice tent and shelter. Now here's I got to finish this up because I'm just about over. I'm over my 3. I'm almost on 5 minutes here. The reason why I wanted to design it this way, like an AWOL bag, is that your traditional top loaders are one large compartment, and they sit up like this. And you have this drawstring and pouch like an Alice or any of these kind of traditional backpacks that you would use for hiking or mountaineering. And you have a drawstring, and you pull that drawstring open, and you got to reach down in there and find your stuff. Well, everybody knows it's a law of physics. The little stuff that you're looking for, your Petzl headlamp, your climbing gear, your lighter to light your cooking stove with, batteries, what have you, they always wind up down in this corner right here where my finger is. And if you got a top loader, you got to open up the top, pull the drawstring, open up everything on the ground, and find that one little thing. Well, guess what? Now all you got to do is open up these zippers, and there it is. There's all your compartments right there. And it's really, really easy to get to whatever you need to get to in a hurry. So obviously, if this is for an application for the fire service or EMS or tactical LE or any military agency, and you need to move gear on bodies from a mechanized platform or an airborne platform, obviously this is a prototype, and we're doing some other things in the future designs to improve it. This is obviously a 3-day type. There's no internal frame on this, but we have future designs. Hopefully we're going to integrate a frame into it so we can really ramp the load up. Right now for me, and this is just speaking for me, I've gotten this up to about 50 pounds, and I've done about 7 miles over flat ground here in the Willamette Valley of Western Oregon, and it's comfortable for me. It rides really well. Obviously, you have to have some experience, packing the load and distributing the weight, and that's something that has to work for you. But in general terms, if this was a first responders kit bag at any capacity, if this is an ALS bag for medics, obviously you could put a very advanced O2 airway kit in here, major trauma kits, extrication gear in here, technical, confined space extrication gear, ropes, hardware, all that kind of thing. And really the sky's the limit, whatever direction you want to go to. If this is a loadout bag for a SWAT team, whether it was breachers, entries, assaulters, snipers, you can get a lot of gear in here. And this is the size dimension that I want to work with. Obviously, this is about the size and proportion of an expeditionary size ruck. But with the compression straps, you can work it all the way down to almost the dimensions of a 3-day type assaulter pack. So it's got a lot of abilities, a lot of capacity as it is. The guy that you want to get a hold of to get this pack, if you want to buy one, in this design configuration, John has a pattern, obviously, and he's available. He's a really busy guy, so expect a 3 to 4 month turnaround time if it's a onesie-twosie order. And obviously longer if it's for a small agency on an AMPAC or a GSA card or what have you, or a purchase order. So here is the company. It's John at Wilde Custom Gear in San Diego, California. And big shout out to John. He does a great job, and his folks there in the shop. Thanks, John, for making this for me. And hopefully you're going to see some generational improvements in design and ability and capacity. So there you go. I only got it all done in about 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So I'll see if I can get this on Facebook. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.